Takulandirani kuchokera kuno ku Mzuzu International Academy. Mprogramu ya Cruise 5 tikucheza ndi Dr. Anna Keys amene anayambitsa sukulu ino ndiponso ndi mkulu wa sukulu ino. Takulandirani programu ya Cruise 5.
Zikomo kwambiri.
Ndipo tathokoza kwa cholondo chotilandira muno mu office yanu.
Yeah. Ndine ndathokoza so kwambiri kuti mwabwera ku office kwathu lero.
Nimona ngati mzunguru mena Dr. Anna Keys.
Aliyesa maganiza choncho komano there's advantages and disadvantages. Nikafuna favor kuti ndipeza appointment nsanga sana.
Mangopinda lili.
Nimangoti no, nimangoti Dr. Anna Keys. Osaikapo Msowoya ya. Ndiye ndikabwera kumene kuja ndikalowa aliyesa ngoti
Dr. Anna Keys,
we have an appointment with Dr. Anna Keys.
I am Dr. Anna Keys. Kuli Msowoya kutsogolo.
So ndimanena kuti abangwanga nabereka ife akazi okaoka ndende manena kuti Dr. Anna Msowoya.
Dr. Anna Msowoya Keys. Ndiye amena ndi Dr. Anna Keys. So pano ndikucheza ndi Dr. Anna Keys. Pano ndikucheza ndi Dr. Anna Msowoya kapena Dr. Anna Keys.
Dr. Anna Msowoya Keys.
Onsewo amene tikucheza nawo pano. Tinafuna tidziwe malo ano malo apo mwamba kwambiri Mzuzu International Academy. Tikozoti mwina ndi school yokhayo an international school chigawo chino chakumpoto.
It is an internationally accredited school, the only one in the whole of northern Malawi.
The whole of northern Malawi. Komanso Dr. Anna Msowoya Keys ndi enu ake Kwithu Kitchen.
Kwithu Kitchen, Kwithu CPO.
Yes. Komanso Maloto Foundation.
Maloto Foundation for United States.
Tikati kumva zambiri za zinthu zimenezi koma tidziwa bwanji za zimenezi zisanadziwe iwowa kuti kodi Dr. Anna ndi ndani. Tatuzani kuti kumudzi ndi kuti.
Kumudzi ndimachokera pano ku 1 hour going towards north ku Tumbi. Kamalo kakang'ono kochedwa
Tumbi, yes.
Mzimba.
Tumbi ndi Mzimba kwa?
Yeah, Mzimba. We have that Lukulu or Kasito.
Yes.
Cuts across.
Yes.
Splits Rumpi and Mzimba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kubadwa ndi kukulira.
So kubadwa ndi kukulira nakulira konkuno. Actually, why Mzuzu? My mother amachokera kuchoma. And nakulira ku Mzuzu kuno. Naambira school kunoko. And Mzuzu has a special place.
Yeah.
Because ukamakula umaiwala kuti ndanthu ambiri amene they take part in your kukula. Kaya kudusa nseyo wiya imwana yadusa nseyo sama kudusisa mai yako.
No. Amabali kunyumba amazanguva zotaiti.
Ndita maliza school ndinayamba ntchito. Actually my first job was with City of Blantyre. Local government. So immediately I realized that I was not an office person.
So what did you do with school?
Bus secretariat.
Secretariat. How many
So what's also secretariat? I didn't go to typist. But few months
this is not my job.
This is my job. This is not my job. And then in 1986, Tinali ndi influx of refugees.
Yes.
And I was the first person to be hired with this international organization, International Rescue Committee. And I took the chance, and whatever I've learned, it has been internally with these organizations. And I never looked back.
It will not be too much to say from a corporate typist to Mwinwagewa Mzuzu International Academy.
Actually, chimene chocho ndi chimene ndifuna kuti anthu ambiri aziwe, because you know what, most of the times we timaika maphunziro ndi zimene munthu wakuchita.
Yes.
And ndifuna kuti anthu akamaona they shouldn't look at somebody kuti kodi ndi ndani.
Yes.
And amene akundidziwa ine I think amadaba kuti ana yemwe wakuthumbi.
Yes.
Akuti ana
Tumbi girl
ndamene
wakanga.
I would rather they look at me as that Tumbi girl who has done wonderful things.
Now, tibwerere mbuyo pang'ono. Zinatheka bwanji Tumbi girl corporate typist ongokhala miyezi yochepa kugodagoda typewriter akuona kutafika pamene mulipa. Ulendo wanu wakhala otani? Mutachoka ku Blantyre kugwira ntchito pamenepo kenako Kani ama refugees ya bwera gena maybe you can try here.
Yeah.
Munaenda bwanjo.
Ndipo ulendo mene ndi ufupikisa. Wautali kwambiri.
Unazona?
Ndinachoka ku plant, siku ninakwera bus. Kuchoka plant makaona mayanga ku Mzuzu. Kwa kurumbi, kutumbi. And ndile mbasi muja munali nsungu.
Okay.
Ndiye because ineyo ndine muntu olongola. Anthu amene manziwa manima ankula kwambiri. Ndiye ndamfusa nzunguja ndamuza kuti iwo kutani mbasi munazungu sakwera chani basi.
Unene uzenda
pagamo yako. Ndiye nzunguja got interested kuti muntu andimenda kwera mbasi pa pemene awandira mkulisa uyiwa. Ndiye akumbusa kuti itakwera kunongo chifukwa kuti Malawi yalandira about 1 million refugees from Mozambique.
Okay.
Ndiye ndangofika kutukatsegula office kulilongo. Ndiye we started the discussion which is ndiye unati koma chimene chativuta kwambiri ndikupeza anthu otagwira ntchito. And in my own bubble where I said ukhoza kundilemba tu ine koma zimene mukupanga zisindi kutani
kuzidziwa mukandiuze what am I tell me
ndikapanga. Yeah, and I thought it was a joke. Ndiye anandiuza unena kuti next week tika paper to advertise apply. And sinaziganizire, but for some reason I stumbled on a newspaper and I just applied. And I applied. And they took me. That was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And Anandi Tenga, they groomed me, they mentored me. And I think that's what we are lacking now. Because Kali, when somebody, they see potential in you, they will take you under their wings and mentor you. Yeah. And give you all the tools you need.
Yes.
And then, International Rescue Committee. And how have I reached?
Yes.
Here.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? There's a reason and there's a purpose. I'll receive it and run with it.
And she's been running Mzuzu International Academy. Mnendo watu program ya lero ya Cruise 5. Dr. Anna Msowoya Keys. She is the president of this institution. Komanso ali in charge of my institution. Ena ngapo tikati kuvaza mbili za zimene akuchita. Koma akutiso amakonda nyimbo. Koma akuli nyimbo zake akuta simuzikonda yaifa. Si nyimbo zokoma. Kunena ndoko kunena monyazi tanu pasiwa tutambuto ni nyimbo za bwino.
Kunena zoona, you know what many kunena kuti nanga ifesi madala team anthu akalekale nyimbo za masiku
madala kozekerana akutati sangala tsapano ni nyimbo zakalekale. Nyimbo yamba ikale nyimbo yayi
ikale ya Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Coat of Many Colors.
The coat of many colors that my mama made for me. Nchito imena na kulemba niyo ankati ndi chani tali lake na position ya
mene nalembedwa ku amafuna office manager to set up their office in Malawi. And mene to take care of almost everything that they were doing in Malawi. So no, you know what, I think it's in the nature, because one of the other things is that all the jobs that I've applied, maybe I was not qualified. Yeah. But my heart was always saying, so I would always say, but you're not qualified. I said, but I can
do it.
I can do it if you tell me how to do it.
You must be very
And
clear.
Also, that's the other thing you're talking of, in those days, as a woman and a Malawian woman, you never used to talk back. But I grew up with parents who you look them in the eye and you talk to them. And that's how I was raised. Not be manta, but I was honest. And Anand said, no, the most important thing is that you can do it. Wow. The confidence I showed them, that's why I got the job. I mean, there were so many people who were capable of doing that job, but they picked me.
What do you do? You come in and embassy. Fun for what you want to do.
So no many also. And
that is not
and you know what, after working for 3 international organizations, International Rescue Committee and joined Norwegian Refugee Council. And then from there I worked for Action Aid. But Nzungu ended up but not working together.
Okay. Okay, aba nakukhululukira. Tipitilize munagwira ntchito ngati office manager ndime munena mukuti munambaso kusintha tsopano kumapita mabungwe ena ndi ena kugwira ntchito kumenera.
So ndagwira ntchito as office manager sinagwire for a long time. As soon as we set up the office, then I was told, they asked me what is my passion, and I said my passion was to work with women and children, and so my refugees are, and so from there I was put as a program director, and I was trained internally, and sent to short courses in US and whatever, and then came back, and I took that job as a program director, worked with women and children, and my interest was more to look at refugees in a different light and to think of me if I was a refugee somewhere else, what would I want to be? And one of the emphasis that I wanted them not to be is to become Malawians. Because as refugees, you always dream to go back home. Yes. And they shouldn't be strangers in their own home. So it was to preserve their culture, where they come from, what is it that they were doing in Mozambique. And they hope that they will go back home. And they hope that one day the war will be finished and they will go back home. So that's where it started. So you once stayed in the US. For quite a bit, I think. So actually I've stayed in the US 20 years, but from here, after the genocide in Rwanda, maybe a few months after the genocide, I was posted to Rwanda to work in Rwanda. That's where also my life completely changed. I looked at how the Rwandese people dealt with the aftermath of the genocide. And I looked at how patriotic they were, that people, they were pools of accountants, doctors, in everywhere that we worked with, but they would take a sabbatical wherever they were, in the US, in Canada, to come and just volunteer and work. Is that so? Yes, and work so they had 3 months periods, and there was always a 1 month gap. Some came for 6 months, to just help. They were not paid to build their country. So people would leave wherever they were, come back to Rwanda, and to build, work for some time and go back. And then go back. And our organization was giving those people $100 for just pocket allowance. But it was a program. But apart from that, then I realized Malawi has never been at war. And if we are so peaceful. These things that these guys are doing can be done. But in Rwanda, I did remarkable things. Built houses, did all these things. I got thank you, but that was not home. And then I felt like, if I'm able to do these things here in Rwanda, why not do them at home? And I was able to see President Kagame. At that time, he was the vice president. To be able for him to come and appreciate what I've done. And to be able to go back to Rwanda and be able to meet with him, to sit with him as now president of Rwanda. And in Malawi, I've never met my president, but that's okay. But that pushed me to say, I can do this at home. In Rwanda, if I want to suggest something, they would always remind me, Anna, don't forget, you're not Rwandese, you're a Malawian. And I said, if I do this at home, nobody will say you're not Malawian. So I might as well do home. So Rwanda changed me. And so from Rwanda, we went to the United States because my husband worked. So I worked for International Rescue Committee first. And my husband was working for American Refugee Committee here. But in Rwanda, he worked for International Rescue Committee. I worked for Action Aid. And then how did you meet him? So my meeting on where? I'm working for Norwegian Refugee Council. Here I'm going to for American Refugee Committee. And here my boss, kunoko tinazowera kuti mukapita ku meeting eti bwana wako amakuza unena kuti secretary yanga okapena project manager wanga apanga isizi koma ineyo I was very lucky. Now we worked as colleagues. and not like this.
Yeah.
So we work like this.
Okay.
And so my boss would push me and say, I'll be there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You take over the meeting.
Oh.
So at the capital meeting, Munja, then he would say, I'm here with my colleague, Anna.
Yeah.
And I will only be here for 5 minutes. After that, she takes over.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what is her title? You know, so here and to what is her title? And everyone was quiet. And my husband was in there.
Yeah.
And because, as I've said, one of the talents that God has given me is that I don't push back. Yeah. I'm more of a one-on-one. Yeah. So I will always ask questions and what have you. And I still remember this day, they were, the NGOs, international NGOs was coming, and because I was already resenting them because the local NGOs were not giving a chance, and I was up to see some refugees who sell my vegetables, then now for America just to come and teach refugees to how to grow vegetables. Mwaendako kuchoka kublanta ya kafika kuchoka kusafika kuliro.
Simunaone masamba
mjira muganizo then uti muganizo akulima masamba mena ndani.
Anapusa ndani.
And everyone was like, who is she?
Why the wolf of Samene?
Yeah, Mafusamene. So that's where I met my husband. My husband said, at that moment he said, I want to go out with her. I want to see what makes her tick. And I think that's how I met my husband. But it took him.
He's attracted to brains.
He was really attracted
to brains.
And you know what? Because also I could challenge him. Even now, I'm not a.
No, but I get it. Some people just want somebody like that because not to stereotype, but people think, oh, the woman has to be submissive,
exactly.
has to be that. So some men don't like that. They want a colleague, they want a friend that they can debate issues with.
And I think that is the problem, some people who I dated now they're saying, oh, not a town soon. And I said, because you didn't want to be challenged.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but also I think what I liked about him is, he's white, yes.
Yes.
But his personality, he's been in Africa for too long, and he understands the cultural issues. He can adjust. Yeah. He's a person that I can go with anywhere. I can do music and my mother never used to think
yes.
Whatever we found, we never used to tell my mother that we are coming. We'll just go there. You eat. So I like him for that, and he's also a good friend, my best friend.
Of course he is. Of course he must be. Can we celebrate that with a song? Cruise 5. Our guest today, Dr. Anna Keys, the president and founder of Mzuzu International Academy, Kwithu Kitchen, Kwithu CBO, and Maloto Foundation. We get to learn more about that. We've just been learning more about another foundation, Dr. Keys. The foundation is Msowoya. Our second song in Cruise 5.
Jimmy Cliff.
Yes.
I can see clearer now.
Kumabe bitikulamba kupita nawo ku nyumba kapena ku mudzi ukanena kuti apongozi anu na ameneyo.
It was hard.
It must have been hard.
It was hard in many ways, and I think because we did it for a long time.
Yes.
I kept on thinking about that.
Kuti koma kanizizi. Ifende kuvana.
Komano so krake ndiro my mother's house inachoka denga. Ndiye inena mnamisa kuplanta ya kuti ndachoka hapo sina msanzike muna mimi. Chifukwa ndaziwa kuti ndikanena kuti ndipita kumuzi denga chanjani asatira. Ndenda tisinauze makoro kuti
akangodabwa.
Yeah, so inena bwera and then mazaka kula matabwa kuchikangawa kuti ndikachita ndakumana na injili. And I'm like, where is he going? That first of all, he just knew that I'm from Tumbi.
Yes.
Anafika pa Mzuzu pano kufunza kuti kutumbi ndikuti. Tasimpana njira ndipita chikangawa yeye apita kutumbi. Then after umeme ndozakapeza bambwanga. Ndiye akuti ine bambwanga nana mizoti ndabwera kuplanta chifukwa kuti amanati kugwira ntchito for a long time.
Yeah.
Basi puma. Then kuti ndimaliziretu zika holiday kasanati. Ndiye wafika kuja akuza kuti andine nzake wa ana. Ndiye bambwanga had such great sense of humor. Kuti ana mwasempana wa Joab wa Bela Blanta analidi kunoko all the things my father liked. Cheese, yogurt, apples. Ndiye bambwanga mutu mabaganza kuti nzake wantu wajoziwa kuti
what I like. Yeah.
So
give away.
You know always mothers. Ine ndiye ndabwerera ndena ngasamuzo ndabita anacheza ndi bambwanga koma sana nine chili chosa nangota my friend of
yeah.
Ndabwera ndifika mweja bamba kuti panabwera panopa kuti John Keys.
Anafika pano.
Anafika pano nduti ndiye kuchange right nduti timagwira limozi mchito amaya kuti koma ndiye kugwira limozi mchito mpaka aziwe zonsesi. So that's how we met, but I told him point blank to say I cannot marry him because I have no desire to leave Malawi or to leave Africa. And Anand was on it, I will do whatever you want. Yeah. Wherever you want us to stay, that's where I will stay. If you don't want to leave Malawi, I will stay here. Yeah. But, the rest is history.
The rest is history.
But also, you know what? Because we stereotype things.
Yes.
And in growing up, I always said, and unfortunately, working for international organizations, those are the people I worked with. As the only African or the only Malawian who was working in those organizations, apart from the drivers we had. It doesn't matter how attracted I am to these guys. I will not marry a Mzungu. So you know what? Never say never, right?
It never works. I'm sorry. It never works. I mean, never say never. Yeah. Just have an open mind.
Yeah, have an open mind.
Whatever works.
And also to take black, white, green, yellow.
Yes.
Just as a human being.
Yes.
We shouldn't look at the color.
But the point is, you have an advantage because you've worked closely in the army to So that kind of deconstructs now growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because and our vision stops here. But when you work close with them, you're like,
Actually, I said to them, I said, you're even better than them. And you don't see color when you are in that group because the only time, like even now, my board in the US, when we are in there, I forget, and seldomly I look and I said, I'm the only black person.
Sure. When you're there, it's just you.
Yeah, it's just issues. It's issues we are discussing and what have you. And I think, I hope this academy will achieve that. Yeah. Because, and also that's the other thing for me, that a school will bridge those gaps.
Yes.
These kids, like they are so close. Yeah. We have this community service that they don't graduate until they do this community services, and that's where Kwithu CBO comes in.
Okay.
And when they go there, they're like, what?
Yeah.
We are the same.
Yeah.
And for me to see some kids sometimes saying, Mom, I don't want to go back home. Yeah. This is a short holiday. I have my friend who is just one of the community, and the kids would say, Mrs. Kids, I don't have anywhere for my friend to go and sleep. Can I borrow a mattress from school so that my friend can sleep? And no, I'll sleep wherever you are. Yeah. That gives me hope.
Yes.
Us.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Komano, these kids, they are looking at this will be a new Malawi. They are Malawians first.
How did you end up staying in the US for 20 years?
So my husband is American.
Okay.
But we went there because my husband was the senior vice president in the International Rescue Committee. Okay. He was second in charge, basically. And he had to go back to United States. But when we were going there, he was going there as to start an Africa region for International Rescue Committee. Okay. And we had agreed because I had said to him, I don't want to leave Africa. Okay. I can be anywhere in Africa.
Yeah, but not outside the country.
And we were going there because he said we've worked in war-torn countries. So I worked in Burundi, Congo, Rwanda, and Kenya and Uganda. But then, we needed our little one, our last born, to be born, was born in a war-torn country to have a normal life for him. So when we went there, we were going there just for 3 years.
Okay, fine.
And I was okay with 3 years.
Yeah.
And I stayed very comfortably with 3 years. Yeah. 20 years later.
How did 3 years turn into 20?
So then when he had finished organizing the Africa region and we were supposed to come back because he was supposed to head that as an Africa director, his boss promoted him to a position that you can't come back to the field. Okay. And I was depressed for a while because then the agreement was I need to be home every year, whether you have money or not, for a month.
Yeah.
So that really, yes, I was coming home every year for a month. Unfortunately, I lost 4 sisters when this HIV and AIDS pandemic hit. And then I went back and I said, I want to do something home. Okay. I've forgiven him because I feel like whatever I've achieved, if I was here, maybe I wouldn't have achieved this because I would have never been able to raise funds to give back to the community that I love so much.
That's Dr. Anna Keys, our guest today in Cruise 5. She's the president and founder of Mzuzu International Academy and a couple of other things in the mix, Kwithu Kitchen, Kwithu CBO, and Maloto Foundation. Our third song in the program.
Malaika. Never change my mind.
Do you dance?
A lot. I love to dance.
Do you dance to a point where you sweat, like real dance?
People, we have this joke that my friend will say, "What are you drinking?" When I'm dancing, because I don't stop.
I know the type. You go out with people who are drinking. Yeah. You are the one who be acting more drunk than the other.
One is drunk from the fumes that. So yes, I love to dance.
Let's see if you love this one. Malaika, never change my mind in Cruise 5 today. Dr. Anna Keys, Dr. Anna Msowoya Keys is our guest today on Cruise 5, telling us more about what she has done as an individual, spent 20 years in the US, but came back. People never do sometimes, like when you get the hang of it, you're like, I think you didn't go bus. But you came back.
Yeah.
Why?
There's nothing like home.
Nothing like home.
Nothing like home.
Even 20 years in America.
And 20 years in America, people who know me, I was here every year. Sit na kuone ni mnadi kututa napita ukaenda and 24 years. But I don't see any other place than Malawi.
That's true.
And this is paradise for me.
Yes.
And I think for me the issue was looking back. When you know who you are and where you've come from, it grounds you.
Yes.
And naganiza kuti ndingakhale ku America chotani.
Yeah.
Koma kumuzi anthu ajawa ankandidusisa nsewu aja anthu aja ankandipikira nsima tikamachokera ku school milomo ili mbu kuti amayi anu akanali kumunda bwerani muzaje. I just felt like it was time for me to give back. I've been lucky in many ways that I've been in all these places and I've done things. I've been in America and what have you. How can I take what I've learned back home?
So now you've got the International Academy, you've got the CPO, you've got the foundation, you've got the kitchen. Looks like a complete world to me. You go to school, you get educated, and then you go in the kitchen, you go and eat, and you go to problem, you go in the CPO. Yeah. But which one came first?
So, good question. The CBO and Mzuzu International Academy came first. Okay. But the CBO for me was like the little money that at the end, it was easier for me to put in there. Okay. The Mzuzu International Academy, to tell you the truth, I never thought it would happen in my lifetime.
Oh, really?
Because it was a big project.
Okay.
So I was saying, why I'm working there to CBO, my communities, because of this pandemic, when I came for the funeral of my fourth sister, I realized that You know, it's just went boom.
People are dying.
People are dying, and I had no friends.
Yeah.
All my friends were gone.
To wake up.
And then the kids were coming to me to say, Auntie, tufuna fees. And I would ask my mom, and it just crushed me. You know, I promised myself quietly to say, I'll have to do something.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how small it is, whether it's just to feed. So Kwithu CBO, I would say, came first because this was just planning and what have you. And I challenged one woman that I worked with when I was here. And I'm like, he says, Anna, these people are not coming to the funerals to eat, to kuti abwera koma kuzadya akangodya nawo sewo atani azipita
chimene kuchiona ngati masiku ano anthu ambiri sakumakhala chomwe thumazi kwambiri sanamizani anthu akupanga zitukuko komano zitukuko kwambiri zikumakhalira kuti kwa ine ndi banja langa so anthu akusiya malegasi kumakusira ana awo ndi abale awo basi koma kuti munthu angakhale ndi maganizo oti ndichite chinthu choti it should benefit anthu ochulirapo, maybe not a whole region kapena a whole district komabe kakulukena kako beyond family yako akambisa kumaganizo masiku ano.
You know, ambiri mwina akuganiza eti komanso ndi chinthu chichachonena kuti anthu amaganiza kuti anthu aganiza kuti chani kuti ndikapange chinthu kwathu koma ineyo ndikuganiza kuti you know amati a drop in the ocean eti koma wina amaona kuti uyu waikapo ka drop ako
amene ka drop kakwera
and if tonsefe kumene tiliko tikana khandi ndi maganizo onena kuti ndibwerere kwathu ndikapange chakuti kwathu Malawi akanakhala ali patali kwambiri.
Yes.
Chifukwa kuli konse ukanakhala kuti kuli chitukuko eti ndiye ineyo ndinena kuti ndifuna ndi encourage eti munthu aliyense amene ndi maganizo wonena kuti ndifuna ndikapange chikwathu koma anthu anena kuti ndapangira kwathu, and I think we should be able to think outside our families. You know, because if we care so much for those people, if you can, you know, with hard work, you can go and help them to achieve their goals for the people you care so much is very, very important. And I think also, ndinene kuti chinaso chimene chimapangisa kwambiri, especially if you are mu diaspora, ukafuna upanga chinthu. Simahla, ineyo I've had some setbacks. Ndio ukamachita share pamene paja amati choncho.
But you see, that's the thing about people. They're always looking for an excuse.
Yeah.
And when you give them one, they'll jump on it.
And they'll say, Choncho, sindipita ako ya. Komano, for us to inspire the next generation, if failed to funa dipange simsimene Mzuzu. And I think when they're, you know, so for me, when I'm challenged, that's when I engage the high gear. Because when somebody challenges, like apa Nando Zawuti, there's no way. Ndingamange school ngati yeti olomena anandipasa mara kunali kuntitaira kunali kuchile and wose was at school.
In fact, driving here, you get that feeling.
But because I was challenged,
when you get here, you're like, wow, this is a nice establishment.
Because I was challenged, I can't do it, and also that feeling when I put it in a cars. I just wanted also to show as Northerners, and you want to see what have they done?
Yes.
Because I can say the thing that I can attribute to any government that has been in power, they've never said inuyo ndino aku cheni kulilongwe musapange chitukuko kulilongwe inuyo ndino aku mulanje musapange chitukuko kulilongwe inuyo ndino aku north aku Mzuzu musapange chitukuko kulilongwe. If anything, I'm a living proof because I've been able to build this.
Yes.
And so there are no excuses. You know, the government cannot do everything for us.
Yeah.
But what I want the government to do is to make this whole thing conducive so that they remove the red tapes. So when people want, you know, those excuses, but it's very, very important in all of us if we came home and, you know, like people, trust me. That's where many people who are outside Malawi, they wish they were home. Because you are confined in a house. While here, ngakhale inde tikunena kuti covid chani koma we are outside.
Yes.
Mphepo zabwino, zakudya zabwino. So I think home is best.
I'm ready to use a rather disgusting example. I'm ready to like a public toilet. I mean, they are dying to get inside. But those who are inside, they are dying to get
but
out.
Also look at this.
So you still remember.
You don't even enjoy the money that you make because, you know, for you to have a car there, it's a necessity. Otherwise, you won't do your work.
Yes.
You know, it's hand to mouth. Just the medical insurance is out of this world. And kunoko, you have a car. It's yours.
Yeah.
Wagula ndi yako. Pamene kuja tukhalira ngongole. Uli ndi nyumba wamanga ndi yako pamene kuja ndi mortgage. You would probably die without finishing paying those things. So there are so many things, and I think we all need to come back and do something at home. There's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Chabuno musabwere koma muzitukula kuno kumalawi kuno. Matumiza pangani zituko zooneka ndi maso zothandiza ma communities akula kuno. Sangoti kumanga chinyumba kuti sakhamoso this is mukanamanga za size yanu. Zinazo, think about the community. Start a foundation, start a trust fund or something like that. Build a small clinic, a small school, things like that. Very, very important things. Lessons we are learning from our guest today in Cruise 5, Dr. Anna Keys. Keys is American.
You know, and that's the but he's staying here, and that's the other thing. What I wanted to stress is, you know, when expatriates come here, they don't want to leave. Why do they want to leave if their place, where they come from is so good? Because you know what, like, look, God has blessed us.
Yeah.
We have natural vegetation, natural food. You know, we eat straight from, pamene ukoko katu, apart from that, I'm Africa when it's out organic, pamene everything is organic here. But there, it doesn't taste the same. It doesn't taste the same as it is here.
How many children do you have?
So I have 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 3 boys.
Okay.
1 girl.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Actually, if I have to come again, maybe I will not have children. I will not get married.
So you strike me as a woman who never stops thinking, who never stops innovating. Are there more things that you're thinking about, or you want to grow the things that you've set on the ground now?
You know, now that I'm home, I just want to take part in whatever is happening in this part of the region. You know, I know you are Wezi. We played a big part to have that hospital built.
Yes.
You know, and I say, because people say, are you still gonna do something else? I'll do a lot.
Yes.
Until maybe God says,
it's time to come back,
my daughter. Because we have a responsibility to leave this country better than we found it, to our grandchildren, to our children and our grandchildren. And so I can't say what is gonna come next, but I'm still running and seeing that what else I can do.
Running, have you ever thought about running politically?
No.
It's always tempting though, eh?
You know what, I think what I've achieved, what I've been able to do, the respect that I've gained, doing what I'm doing, I think to go into politics, unless politics change in Malawi.
What else?
Because I want to change. You know, they say, I want to change, but one voice no. But you know what I want to do is my politics, my public office is what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I want to encourage these young ones to actually be thinking about that. Yeah. Because it's time politically, these kids should be thinking of, we are setting an agenda that they will take over. So they, at this juncture, they should be able thinking of how are we going to run our country and whatever. So I would rather be the mentor to these kids and not me running personally. And I really have a lot of respect of people who are running. They're in politics and what have you. But
it's just not your thing.
Nah, it's not my thing.
I'm sure some of
and no, you know what? So people are out. That's
the thing.
No. Yeah. And you know, it's tempting though, isn't it? Because sometimes you feel like, I think I can change that.
Yes.
No, you can't. You know, like those people, like
stay
where you are. You know? And also maybe you can help guide and say, but
I think the principle is we can't all do the same thing. We can't all be in politics. So when I really was
you know, and there's so much we can do, even as politicians, right? I would like to see more women, but if they're in there, they shouldn't be silenced. Those men who are in there to be able to, you know, I hope. Yes, we had Dr. Joyce Banda, and I wish we could have another. You know, and I think for those like people like Joyce Banda, it's important to start grooming the young women to be able to take over. Look at Finland. I was in Finland.
Yes.
It was an education week. 32 years old, a prime minister of Finland.
Yes.
We can do that as well. And I just want to be able to say we have capable women who can run and really compete.
Oh, that's our guest. She's getting into another ground that I don't want us to get into. And I think we must end this show here. There are women empowerment. But thank you so much for your time. Before we wind up, I've got a set of questions which I'd like to ask you, which you can only answer yes or no.
That's it?
That's it. Very easy. Just say yes, no, yes. Whichever catches your fancy. But the first one, you have to tell me your full name. What is your full name?
Anna Pamela Msowoya Kids.
I didn't know about the Pamela one.
Yes.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Do you have any piercings?
No.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Have you ever shot a gun?
No.
Have you cried over someone?
Yes.
Have you fallen in love before?
Yes.
Have you killed a chicken before?
Yes.
Have you gotten into a fight before?
Yes.
Have you gotten any surgeries?
No.
Have you ever been hospitalized?
Yes.
Have you donated blood?
No.
Have you ever smoked weed?
No. No.
Well, at least you've done some drugs at some point.
No, not at all.
Have you ever drunk alcohol?
Yes.
Would you drink alcohol?
Not anymore, because I tried it once and
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why people drink alcohol. Because it's bitter.
Why did you drink it?
Because like in that age, right?
Yes.
Everyone says everyone is
trying everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And you never liked it?
No, actually no. I would have a glass of wine.
Yes.
Like here I'm the person who can pour a glass of wine and the whole night it will still be. I'll be sipping from
just a little bit. Yeah. Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Yes.
Have you had a crush on someone?
Yes.
I think we end it there.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Keys, it's been a pleasure talking to you, but you still have to select the last song on the show today.
The last song is with Trevor Screen.
Yes.
Nara.
Fantastic song. Yeah. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so
much.
And
when COVID time, so we just have to
Thank you so much. Thank you.